Hi, this is the Vedic Astrology New Moon Forecast for July 23rd, 2017. We're in the dark days of the new moon coming. How do you feel? The new moon's coming up July 23rd, 2017 at 2:46 a.m. So it's getting darker and darker. And on Saturday night, the moon will have reached the point where it cannot go any darker. It is at the turning point in which it reaches conjunction with the sun and disappears and is reborn again into a new lunar cycle. This is a time of darkness, a time of going within. And this new moon is particularly powerful because it's aligned with Mars. Mars has combust the sun and also debilitated and only a degree or so away from this new moon. This is a powerful, energetic, a deep, cutting, and fiery new moon as well in many ways. This new moon is also opening an eclipse season. The transformative power of the eclipses is coming up in August. We have a small lunar eclipse on August 7th, and then a very big and much looked forward to solar eclipse that's going to be very special in that it's going to be the first total solar eclipse. That means a complete darkening of the sky to reach the United States and travel from coast to coast all the way across. For almost a century, we haven't seen this kind of complete coverage of the shadow of the eclipse. This is, of course, going to have a big influence on the United States and global affairs, but it also affects you on a personal level. I'm going to give an in-depth 2-hour class on the eclipse and its effects on you on a personal level, with question and answer. And if you register now, you get the opportunity to give me your birth time and place and birthday, and I will personally write back to you with your Vedic sign. So be sure to register below. There's a link below in the YouTube window down there, and maybe hopefully one this way, I think it would be. Anyway, getting back to this new moon, we're going to do a tarot reading pretty soon here, but I want to talk a little bit more about what this new moon means in Vedic astrology. This new moon is actually in the sign of Cancer, because we're using the sidereal zodiac, but the new moon falls in a particularly powerful part of Cancer, the lunar mansion, or the section of the sky, the Vedic lunar mansion, called Pushya Nakshatra. Pushya. Now, Pushya is a very auspicious star for the moon to be in. It's symbolized by the milk-giving udder of a cow, or sometimes a flower or a circle. There's a connection to nourishment and the giving of wisdom. Pushya is ruled by a deity called Brihaspati, who is a counselor of the gods, a holder of wisdom, of deep inner knowledge as well. So this dark moon has a lot it can tap into as far as providing the nourishment and sustainability of inner growth and healing. There's a lot of possibility as well to open the heart in a compassionate way to others. And that's part of the Pushya nature. But there's also the very interesting ingredient of Mars there, as I spoke of earlier. Now, Mars has been in Cancer, sidereal Cancer, since July 12th. And this is his sign of debilitation, they say. And it kind of means like he's out of his element. Mars is a warrior, he's very enthusiastic, and he has a lot of courage. But Cancer is a very watery and sensitive place where the moon is at home. So here we have the possibility that Mars will feel dampened. His fire may feel threatened. There's a sense of sometimes defensiveness or passive aggression that can come up with such a Mars. And people in general may just feel more moody or sensitive, vulnerable. And so there can be wounds that can be healed at this time around these issues, around boundaries especially, or feelings of power dynamics that don't feel fair. Mars in Cancer, especially with conjunct a moon like this, and a combust Mars, we have a pretty intense, fiery Mars here. Possibly could also bring up fighting at home sometimes, or just misunderstandings with partners or domestic relationships, roommates. So be patient right now. This is a very intense time, and pray for peace and understanding on a global level as well, especially as we move towards these very transformative and life-changing eclipses. Great, so without further ado, let's take a look and see what the tarot cards have to say about this new moon, fiery new moon conjunct Mars in Pushya. Okay, let's see what it has to say here. Well, the first card that came up is the Magician, Magus. This card has to do with empowerment in many ways, and knowing that you have the ability to do what you need to do in every situation. You do have the skills already. They're innately within you. There's a lot of power in this new moon cycle coming up to manifest, to create new things, actually. While Mars may have an aggressive and cutting side, he is a malefic. He is very fertile. And when he's close to the moon, there is also an ability to create. It's actually a Dana yoga. It's called Chandra Mangala, that gives opportunity and a lot of power to your intention. So setting intentions on this new moon, visualizing. The next card here, the Eight of Cups. Here there are things too that when there is not enough equality, or when things are not actually in alignment with your spirit, in your relationships, in where you live or how you live, there has to be a certain point where there is a loss and moving away from the past and into the future. So here there is a sense also of, in order to find that empowerment, certain boundaries or certain space has to be given for that to grow. And finally, the last card, the Princess of Discs. Very interesting message. In the turbulence of this new moon, in even just sort of the feeling of stagnation, perhaps as well, meaning that will facilitate freedom and fighting back. There is so much fertility, actually. She's bringer of wealth and grace, and she's pregnant with so much possibility. This is a new moon that offers a great deal, actually. A very energetic cycle to come. The power to manifest is held within this new moon cycle. The time is now to visualize, to know you already have the skills and the resources deep within. The knowledge and the wisdom that comes from listening to inner guidance may lead us into faraway places, may quiet us and have us turn within. Trust in your capabilities, in your inner knowing. There's a great deal of potential to come, a seed waiting to sprout, a whole new cycle of growth will soon be upon us. Thank you for coming to this new moon forecast, the Vedic Astrology new moon forecast. I offer Vedic astrology readings in person via Skype or phone. You can register or you can book an appointment with me easily online. There's a link below. Also, I do tarot readings as well. Be sure to check out my webinar class coming up. This is a really great opportunity to find out a little bit more about your chart and to learn about this really rare and special event coming up in August. Again, that link should be down below as well. And take care. Have a really safe... Oh yeah, and don't forget to like my YouTube channel. I'm almost to 1,000 likes, so like it if you haven't. Okay, have a wonderful and safe new moon, and I will see you soon.